Larry Taylor here with the Word in Focus. One more short video about COVID-19 before I move on in this little series that I'm calling Mythbusters. And that is that this idea of herd immunity. It's a term you hear, and it's a term that I don't think most people understand. As I'm recording this, it is today, November 18th, 2020. There are two different companies, pharmaceutical companies, that have developed vaccines against COVID-19, which appear to be highly effective. The challenge, of course, will be manufacturing, assuming that they continue to be safe and effective. The challenge will be manufacturing enough dosages for the population, because really we're talking about the population of the whole world, and then distributing those dosages. This isn't just about those of us who live in the United States. This is about people all over the world. And we do live in a global culture, and people travel from country to country all the time. Businesses are conducted in various countries. We are a global community. So in order to tamp down the virus, you have to have a significant majority of people immunized so that the virus then has nowhere to go. If I've been immunized, I can still transmit the virus to others. Hopefully, if it's effective in my body, I won't get it. I won't get sick from it. But I can transmit it. Now, if you've been immunized, you won't get it when we swap air. But if you haven't, and I have, you can still get it. So if not enough people get the vaccine, then the virus still has plenty of places to go, plenty of hosts that'll take it in, plenty of bodies of mammals, not just human beings, but COVID-19 can infect mammals as well, dogs, cats, so forth. So as long as there are non-immunized bodies out there, the virus will keep going and keep spreading. So you have to get a majority of people, and veterinarians would include animals in that eventually, but you get a majority of people is the priority, who have been immunized, and then the virus doesn't completely go away, but it slowly dies out to the point where the incidences of infection are very low. Why? Because it can't find places to go. It can't find homes to live in. It can't find bodies to infect. So it looks like that an immunization will be available, and the fact that it's likely to be available to the general public by spring of 2021, that is remarkable. No immunization has ever been developed this fast in the past, by a long shot. Normally takes 5 to 10 years to develop a vaccine. So this is an amazing feat of science. But as it becomes available, will enough people line up to get it so that we can push this thing down? Or will a handful of people get it, and then the danger becomes that that handful of people thinks, oh boy, now I'm immune. I don't ever have to wear a mask again. I don't have to practice social distancing. I'm just going back to life as normal. Gosh, we don't even have a vaccine, and people are already doing that, and that's why we have hundreds of thousands of people sick and dying. Until we have a majority of people willing to take that vaccine, we won't have the herd immunity, and the danger will still be there. So, where does that leave us? We live in a world where many people don't trust science. Some people who do trust science are afraid that perhaps politicians have been pushing these companies to get to a vaccine more quickly. So there's a good deal of reluctance. And I understand that. I'm not sure I want to be first in line. But if it's proven effective, and if people are getting it and nothing horrible has happened, I probably won't be first in line, but I'll be among that first group. I'll get the immunization, whether it's 1 or 2 shots. I work in a hospital. I'm already getting shots for all kinds of stuff anyway. And my hope is that others will love themselves and their neighbors enough to also line up, if it's proven, if it pans out as we all hope it will. And it's my hope that once we have received that immunization, that we still will not let our guard down, that we'll still be cautious. We will breathe a sigh of relief, but hopefully we will still be cautious, and at least until we as a global community can reach that level of herd immunity, and this very deadly virus can be tapped down. It won't be eliminated, but perhaps it can be tapped down to a low level. Thanks for joining me.